Josh Hunter, presently in the city of Santa Monica, California. So lately I've been trying to identify an attitude, um, and I've been doing this for the last 8 months, maybe 10 months, and I'm trying to figure out, like, like everyone that I'm seeing seems to be, they feel much safer than I do. They seem to believe that they're very, very safe, and I don't feel very safe. And I've been trying to figure out, like, what's the difference? Why do I feel safe, or why do they feel safe and I don't? Like, there've been a lot of fireworks. Like, previous to 4th of July, people were shooting fireworks off like the entire month, 2 months before the 4th of July of this year. There's fireworks nearly every night. People are just constantly using fireworks, and I'm trying to figure out, what are people celebrating? Like, what's going on? So I've been trying to figure out what are the things that distinguish my situation from the situation of all the people who I'm seeing around me. And one thing that I realized last night, actually, is that this quarantine has not affected me at all, because I have not been able to be in quarantine. Okay, this is something that affected, like, billions of people all over the world. People who were asked to stay home, stay inside, and support your loved ones and the people you care about, and just be safe. And billions of people stayed inside. They stayed in their home, and they had this entire feeling and scenario that I didn't experience even a little bit. I've been outside this entire time. And so, like, I will say both, if this coronavirus ends and or when it ends, like, all these people are going to have this experience that connects them, that makes them, like, together. And I won't. Because there's nothing, I don't have the point of view of, like, having been in quarantine. I don't have that point of view, like, oh, I better stay inside to be safe. It's like, well, if anybody wanted to keep me safe, I'm right here. Been in the same spot. I mean, I've been in the same city. I haven't left the city of Santa Monica in over a year. And so I thought maybe this is the reason. Like, this quarantine situation, there are people who had houses and could quarantine, and then there are homeless people. And so I'm sure maybe some homeless people went home, maybe some homeless people found, like, places that they could go or whatever. Personally, I don't trust anyone, so it's hard for me to go and say, oh yeah, let me go fucking find this person, say, hey, help me out. I mean, if they came to me, I still wouldn't trust them. Am I saying that these aren't trustworthy people? Like, the people who know me personally, like, if you show them a picture of my face with my name on it, they say, do you recognize this person? And they say yes. I don't know. I'm not, a lot of things could have happened in the last decade. Maybe things are different. But to me, I might as well have just been in a movie for the first 25 years of my life. It's like, okay, now the movie's over. Anyway, another thing that I thought might be the issue is, hold on, I'm trying to remember. There's only 2 things I had to remember. What was the other thing? Oh yeah. So a lot of guys, a lot of these people, anyway, excluding the quarantine aspect, I'm sensing that a lot of people feel very confident that they're going to be able to go into outer space, and that they're going to be able to live happy lives in outer space. Because another thing that I'm noticing, like, these people not only feel safe, they feel like there's like almost like an arrogance that I'm noticing. Like, people are like, we are the shit. Oh my god, we're about to fucking go explore the entire fucking galaxy. We're so fucking awesome. Like, this is the attitude that I'm perceiving. And you know, like I said, I haven't left the city of Santa Monica, so maybe it's just people who pass through the city of Santa Monica. And you know, I mean, I'm kind of seeing it. I mean, I don't know if it's the same. Like, it's just my point of view anyway. And there was this, like, there's this general, and I guess it's kind of cloudy, but it's like when I'm dealing with people, it's like everyone else seems to be very sure that something is going to happen. And I'm telling you, you know, and my perspective is this thing is not going to happen. And everyone is like very sure. Like, I feel like there's a very distinct difference between me and the rest of the world. Like, these guys are very sure, and I'm trying to figure out what is that thing that everyone thinks is going to happen, but that I don't think is going to happen. You know, my glass is broke, so if you got to look at my fucking, you know, my homeless eyes for a little bit. All right, let's say homeless eyes. What is this? I mean, I'm trying to cover my face. I mean, fuck, you got to see what I look like, right? I mean, you got to see me as I am. I mean, the glasses may give me a little style or whatever. I mean, does this make you want to fuck me? Is the tiredness, the haggardness, the weathered face of this transient? Anyway, so I'm thinking, everyone seems to be very sure, and I'm trying to figure out what is it that all these people think is going to happen, but I very, very sincerely believe is not going to happen. So I've been racking my brain. Like, the thing that comes closest to mind is that a lot of these people think that they're going to survive in outer space. Like, they're going to survive in outer space, and I'm telling you, you're not going to survive in outer space. You will die if you go into outer space. What I'm saying, like, that's all there is to it. You're gonna die if you go into outer space. You're gonna die. Your culture, like whatever leaves the Earth is dead. You get it? And so I'm not sure what is my position here. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to? I mean, I keep on saying don't go into outer space. There literally isn't enough water on Earth to sustain life there. Like, even if you could find a way to make water, to create water, if you became such an expert as to be able to manipulate and control atomic and molecular structures at will and create water, you know, out of the atmosphere, out of thin air, you know, out of the materials in outer space, it would still be a different water. It's not the same water. This is not Gizmo. And because I don't know if people are just being led into the situation like they normally wouldn't, but somebody has convinced them that it's the right way to go. And you know, and I don't mind being wrong on this. Is what I'm saying. Like, if it turns out that outer space is great, that you could fucking live a great natural life, and you guys are just gonna, and I'm wrong, I have no problem whatsoever being wrong about that. That's fine. That's fine. I would much rather have at least attempted to try and tell you the truth about this shit than to have not, you know, like, being wrong. Like, I don't mind this type of egg on my face. Okay? Like, I got no problem whatsoever. But like this, there's no. In fact, the only way you could survive in outer space would be if, I suppose, if you did meet like extraterrestrials. But even then what? You wouldn't really be. You'd be going to some, I don't know, friendly aliens, I suppose. That's what I haven't considered. I just assume that if aliens exist, if extraterrestrials exist, that either they're going to be like very unrecognizable, like very like different and foreign, or they won't be friendly. That's my perception. Now, the idea of like a friendly, relatable, like nice aliens, like who aren't going to ruin our lives, I don't believe that that's possible to exist. Like, I think like that's just in movies and the TV. Like, it can't. Like that's my belief. Like if extraterrestrials exist, like they're not gonna be friendly, and they're gonna have some ulterior motive. Because first of all, why are they out here? Why did they leave their home? Why are like would just to like anybody who leaves their home to find things? It's like, well, why? What was wrong with what you had at home? And if their home got destroyed or whatever, well, why did your home get destroyed? Like, these are important questions. Like, what kind of people are you? And you could study someone for 100 years and still not understand them. Okay, we've all lived on the earth. That we have like written records that we all agree have occurred for about 5,000. For about 5,000 years. We have about 5,000 years of, let's say 8,000 years of confirmed, written records and activity on this earth, and we still got no fucking idea what's going on. So you can study things for a long time and still not understood, and still not understand. And some like a strange group of people like from outer space come along and say, "Hey, we're your pals. Come on." But I think this is it. Like I think like this is the main distinction between me and the rest of humanity, is that you all believe that you're going to go out into outer space and you're going to survive. Like I'm trying to identify the kind of the I think it's called like braggadocio or overconfidence. The overconfidence, like that's what it looks like to me. It's like you all think you're Captain Kirk. You think you're gonna fucking be on the bridge and say, bring me the horizon, belay that order. You all think you're the captain, and you don't understand. Like being the captain is not like just like about like being a fucking. You just like the idea of being the captain. You like the title. You like the idea of like, oh, I'm the shit. Oh my God, I'm the shit. Like you had, but like how? And look, I mean no disrespect, okay? But I'm saying like India, they had this lunar lander or whatever they put out in space. They had ample amounts of time to make sure to do this right, do this accurately, and then they lost it. Like the math, like where the moon's gonna be. All right, first of all, I don't know a lot about space. I don't know about the math involved, but I know when it's math, like it being exact is kind of like how did you lose it? Is what I'm saying. How did you lose a spacecraft? And you guys, are you paying attention? This ain't gonna work out. You're not going into outer space and surviving. You're not gonna survive. And the only way you could survive is if you had some, like, exalted or some very advanced being helping you out. And then you need to make sure that how would you know if that advanced being is a trustworthy person, is a trustworthy being, or a trustworthy group of people? How would you know? How would you know? So I'm just saying this. I just want to make sure that there's something that's clearly distinguishing me between me and the rest of people. Like I believe this is a time to be humble. This is a time to not like just go out and say just when a virus suddenly comes around and murders, it kills hundreds of thousands of people and makes millions of people sick. That is not the time to go around saying how awesome you are. It's not like saying, oh, I'm the shit. Even though this thing that could, like, it just happened to be a virus. It could be anything else. So, anyway. I am 34 years old. And I've got the best grades